She left her husband for a rich man, but returned to beg at her son's restaurant years later. The story follows Mr. Daniel, a humble carpenter in a small town, whose wife, Juliet, walks out on him and their 3-year-old son, Emmanuel, to chase a luxurious life with a rich businessman. Left heartbroken and penniless, Daniel pours all his love and energy into raising Emmanuel alone, sacrificing his comfort to ensure his son's well-being. With no steady income, Daniel takes odd jobs and even sleeps in his workshop just to keep his son in school. Emmanuel grows into a bright, disciplined boy, inspired by his father's grit and integrity. When Daniel falls sick, Emmanuel drops out of school and starts selling roasted plantain by the roadside to support them. Years later, the humble roadside corn seller grows into a popular local food spot known for its honesty and delicious food. Emmanuel's sincerity wins over many, including a kind entrepreneur, Madam Busy, who mentors him and helps him expand the business. Just when things begin to stabilize, Juliet, the mother who abandoned them, returns. Life had been unkind to her. After being used and dumped by the man she left with, Juliet now wanders the streets, broken and hungry. She unknowingly begs for food at Emmanuel's kiosk, not realizing he's her son. When he recognizes her, what follows is a heart-wrenching test of forgiveness, love, and boundaries. Emmanuel feeds her and offers her shelter, but refuses to let her disrupt the peace he and his father have built. Juliet's exit marks the beginning of a life-defining journey for Daniel and Emmanuel. Her selfishness leaves an emotional crater, but Daniel doesn't let it consume him. Instead, he channels his pain into purpose, raising Emmanuel with kindness, discipline, and humility. As Daniel juggles carpentry jobs and late nights, the father-son bond deepens. Emmanuel grows up watching his father struggle with dignity, and it shapes his values. When illness strikes Daniel, the roles reverse. Emmanuel becomes the provider, selling roasted plantain on the roadside with honesty and pride. His stall becomes popular not just for the food, but for his humility and respectful attitude. This draws the attention of Madam Busy, who invests in him, not just with money, but with knowledge. Under her guidance, Emmanuel formalizes his business, rebrands, and expands. Then comes the twist. Juliet, older and broken, wanders back into town, not knowing that the young man she's begging food from is her son. Emmanuel recognizes her instantly. But instead of anger, he chooses empathy. He gives her food, shelter, and forgiveness, but